Hello folks, well, we've got the Intek M150, which they're about 2014. We've got the service manual here, so we've done these before. Now this is one of the newer sets I actually like. That doesn't mean I like its performance necessarily, we'll see what that's like. I have had one in a car. What I like about it is it looks like a business radio. So there are some situations where you might want people to think you've got a business radio when you haven't. What I didn't say is whether I could get it out of the box or not. I think we're going to have to open the other side as well. I did have issues when I had one in a car that the detector went out. Doesn't mean they all do though. There is a circuit diagram in the back of the instruction book, and there's a layout in the instruction book, and you don't get a lot of that, and a block diagram and so on. So these were made before the UK were allowed to use AM on CPT, so it's not going to smoothly go from one mode to the other because it was made before the time. So this isn't a new set, it's an immaculate condition one, and this is one that we've gone back to Mr. Trucking and Farming. That's not his name, that's what he and I've made sure we've got the duster out because it's one of those sets. It must be some years since I did one of these, so I've forgotten some of the things. I'll tell you what, we'll break the tape. Right, he's got a uniden type power lead, but it doesn't take a power lead, so if he's watching this video, I think he's got a surplus uniden power lead there. We're going to have to do it with his provided mic, but until I've actually got to do any talking, we'll keep it in its wrapper. And because I don't know where this has come from, we're going to open it up first. I just wonder if it's multi-voltage. No, it's not. It's 13.2 volts, it says. The next radio from this customer is a Binatone Route 66 Mark 1. A few weeks ago I had a Binatone Route 66 to do, and I was hoping we'd get a Mark 1 and a Mark 2. I said I'd got a really poorly Mark 1, mine turned out to be Mark 2, because I thought the phase-up loop chip was the other one, the PLL02A, which I used in the early version. So he went through his warehouse and he brought a boxed Mark 1, and that will be our next set to do. They're much more complicated to set up because it's a multi-crystal mixer, but it's the same performance, it's the same radio, it's just the way the phase lock loop's done, the way it generates the channels. So you've got these tabs, and it is so difficult to get this off usually. This one, you've got to make it overcome that. Once you've done that, you've got to make this one overcome that. See, there's a knack to it. It's a forward facing speaker. What we're going to do is just going to put this back on. Put one screw in so we've got it as a base plate, so we don't have any, if there's any capacitive effect. So we've got a modulation transformer, we've got two relays, so let's connect it up to the aerial to get it to the test equipment. We've got both public address and extension speaker socket, so we'll go with public address first, and that'll at least test whether the thing's somewhere near. We'll get this onto our crocodile clip. I think that's been in a truck in the window with all that fading, or a tractor. Right. Plug the mic in. We'll start at, I'm going to start at 9 volts. We'll power it up without the mic. And it's booted up and it's on. Right, turn it back off. We'll go to normal voltage. I'll plug the mic in. We'll plug the test equipment into the aerial socket. So we'll plug into the extension speaker socket because it probably has a boot up melody. It doesn't, but there you go. Straight away we can hear the signal generator. So how do we put public address on? That's it. It says UPA. Oh, U for UK in public address. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. We've got a noisy volume control. I just hope that gap is enough to get some service hole switch cleaner in. It's not the back, is it? I think we're coming back to that. That's pretty awful. Did have a sheet for this, but of course I can't find it. No, I'll have to print another one off. I've only got a few minutes anyway. Right, at this stage, let's just have a quick look at what we're getting. So I put picture in picture on, it's already on, and we're on the 3 watt scale. Let's go back to CB out of PA. There we go, that's probably one of the relays is for. Usual half-second delay on a modern radio. 3.2 watts. Deviation, wow, about 1.5. So you know what, I might start with deviation because I've got the test set on behind me ready. So I think these presets are labelled. They are. Let's go to the test set behind and do the deviation. The Marconi test set today, as I said before, it's got capacitor issues with its built-in deviation meter, but today it's working. So it should match what I've got on the one behind. So here goes. There's a hole in there. Wow, it's about 1.8. So let's get that somewhere sensible. Wow, that's it. So we've done the deviation. I'll just make a note on the back of this piece of paper. .2 watts on 20. Let's have a look at what we've got. 3.1 watts. And let's go over to CPT. So we're on CPT now. Channel 1. Probably doing 4 watts on there. 3.4. So if we set it on channel 1 UK, I'll go back to UK. So there we are on channel 1 UK, 3.2. So our best bet is to set it, if we can get it to do something like 4 watts on channel 1, it's in the centre of the 2 bands. I can't see any dodgy capacitors, I can't feel any heat coming off any capacitors. Oh, I don't know, what's that? Better monitor that. It just looks raised. It does look raised. Right, well I'll go and do something else and come back to this in an hour. Right, I'm back with you and we've got the sheet now. So I'll just look at transmit current because I've forgotten to do that. Let's go to UK channel 1, 1.165 amps. We'll do AM mod as well. Let's look at the frequency. go over to the frequency counter if I can find the camera remote and press the right button on it. Let's go to channel 20, I know where I am then. It's pretty spot on, 79114. Which would be 2779125. Let's do that right now and get that out of our hair as well. I'm going to change that capacity now. Every time I look at it, it's got warmth to it, which it shouldn't have, and it's definitely got doming. Yeah. Everywhere except. .28, that'll do. It's very slightly high then it's got room to drift. 27, what am I putting? 2779128. Right, see what the book of words says. So there is the VCO adjustment thing there. Again, we won't be doing that. I've probably shown it before, but I won't be doing it because it's not faulty and we've got a fee for that. So this is coming for a retune and test, and I can't let it go. You know, it's going up to a repair because I've got to change that. I can't unsee it now. TX alignment. So we'll do this on channel 1 UK, and then we're in the centre of the band, just like we will do when we get to receive. Don't think there's much to do to it. You see, they say put it to channel 19 EU. Well, that isn't the centre of the band, is it? Might be if you're in Europe, but it's not the centre of the band. So you've got to sometimes read through this. So it's L8 and L9. Now, are they obvious on here, or is it something I've got to... it's quicker on the manual. I would think it's those two. So we'll just check with the manual. Yep. I'll just leave that open so you've got to see that. L8 and L9. So I want them in the centre of the peak. Especially if we can see where they are. Yeah. If you're used to older sets and you get something like this and it's half a second to go into transmit, so many current sets are. These CPU controlled things. Yeah, they are correct. So the fact you've got it a bit lopsided is going to remain because it's the way it is. What we can do, hopefully, is to increase the power a bit, and it's done with RV4. just reading ahead here. L24 is going to be that one, which is done with the spectrum analyzer. And again, we don't need to do that. It is L24, I'm correct. So we're looking for RV4, which is there. Let's see whether we can get a little bit more power out of it. So we're on channel 1 UK, so we're in the centre of the band. So we've got that at, I would say 4.02 is a good 4. I've just got to make sure that when we go into CPT it isn't stupid power. So we're on channel 1 now, CPT. No, I can't have it that high. I'm turning the wrong one now, like a twit. That's RV4. You know what? It's about full whack, that. But as I said before, you've got the point at which you can turn it into nothing more is going to happen. See, all you're doing is putting more and more strain on the electronics for no reason and for no outcome. So we've got 4.1. Now it'll soon, as we go up the frequencies, you'll see it dropping off. So channel 1 UK, what we got? We have got 4 watts, that's great. So that's balanced better for a start. So let's hope it's only 3. It's no worse than 3.9 when we get to channel 40. It's 4 watts. Wow. Well, that's a much better outcome than I expected. So go back to channel 1, so we're in the centre of the band. And it's now 1.235 amps. So it has gone up a little bit. And we've gained 0.8 of a watt. So I think the meter on these is fake. Is there a meter? Oh, there isn't a meter, that's even better. Suits me. If it was one with a meter, because the same chassis is using another model, the missing preset there, RV2, is transmit meter and receive meter, so it looks like it really does have a meter on this. It's about one of the last sets that does, apart from the Midland 78, which is still current. We did deviation, and it was that one. So let's have a look at what others we've got to do. So AM mode, the one I've upset is AM. So we need to go into a country where AM happens at that point. I think, what do we do? It's probably, is it band as we switch it on? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Okay. That was a good guess. Don't know whether they cover it in the service manual, whether I need the instruction book. I'm just looking at this. So if we went into EU, it'd be 1 watt of AM. If we go into E1, it'll give us 4 watts of AM as well, which we're quite legally able to do, but it was made before we kind of could. So I don't know what the combination of buttons is. I'll do a bit of guessing. It could be, I've tried band, we'll try it again. So it's not band. What about PA? It's not that. What about emergency? Not that. What about whatever that is? What about 2 at the same time? It's not that. Have the instructions on the top? I'll pause the video and find the instructions. Okay, it turns out it's page 10 of the instruction book. So, switch off the radio, hold the up key when switching it on. And then when you've found your new channel code, country code, press the down key. I wasn't expecting that, you see. On. There we go. Now now then I've gone and forgotten what I wanted. I1, wasn't it? I can't even find I1. Oh, I2 will do, won't it? I'll turn it the other way up so I can actually read it. It's E1. Press the up button for 2 seconds. That's not done anything. Oh, press the down key for 2 seconds. There we are. Right. So let's see what frequency we're on. Hopefully 27405. Oh, let's unplug our extension speaker. Sounds like we're in AM. 27405-ish. Right. It's red for FM and it's green for AM. So if I tune in we go back to FM, we're on channel 40 CPT, so we're tuning the signal generator, the deviation meter. Wallow, wallow. That proves you're not on the right meter, Tango 21. So wallow, we've got the 2.2 kilohertz there for our deviation. So we'll go to AM and we'll switch the radio to AM and we'll see what the modulation is, bearing in mind I upset that. Wallow. Now that needs coming up because it's only 85%. Needs to be just over 90%. Wallow. And there we are. That's set. So make sure that now says 90% plus. So we've done that. So while we're at it, let's tune the receiver. We're on channel 40 CPT. So we'll set the signal generator. I'll plug my extension speaker back in, and we'll go back to FM, and we'll tune the receiver right in the middle of the band. The customer hasn't asked me to do it UK only, so we're assuming he wants it across the 80 channels. So we want 27405. Just check the frequency so we set this exactly, because it was slightly different on here as it was on UK. 40490, 404, just have it slightly lower than that so that it's fair. That'll do. So whilst I can do the AM detector then at the same time. So we'll come out of that, we'll go into the oscilloscope. Just turn the volume down for a moment. Go back to the instructions. So it's I think we haven't got a lot, have we? We haven't got a lot. Sensitivity. So L5, IFT L5 looks to be the detector, and IFT L20 looks to be AM. No, it's not. FM, it's L20. L20 is the FM one. I'm trying to see where the FM chip is. You know, it's that one with the wax in it. Let's go to AM. A signal generator to AM. I think we said L5. Yep. to FM. Just going to recheck this. Right, so it's going to read through this again to make sure this is absolutely right. So set the signal generator to FM, la-di-da-di-da-di-da, L20 for maximum audio output and minimum distortion, which is what we've done. And then set to AM mode and adjust L5 for maximum output. Yep, so that's 20, that's 5. So that's both the detectors done. Sensitivity is L4, 21 and 22. L4, 21 and 22. Oh, I'd probably be able to see them. L4. Yes. 21 and 22. 4, 21, 22. So we'll go to the cyanide meter now. AM was miles out. I don't get that. Camera 4. Let's see what the sensitivity is before I start messing. It's 0.3 something. Not 0.35. Not 0.2925. No, 29. Not 0.7. Squelch. Full squelch. Is what? It's 8 millivolts. It's a bit high. And then the opposite end, let's see where threshold is. Straight in at 0.3. Then we'll put an extra box in for ASQ, auto squelch. It's probably preset. It's a bit harsh, it's 4.3. You'd want it a bit less than that if it's adjustable. Right, so that's where we are. The fact I've done the detector first, it wasn't out, but the AM one was. Alright, so let's drop these and let's see where we are. Drop that on the cyanide meter. That was already at peak. That's already at peak. And that appears to be at peak as well. So out of interest, what's L2? I'm not touching these because they're going to be, that's going to be VCO, isn't it? I think it is anyway. No, I don't know. Let's see what it says. You know what? It doesn't say. So L2. Let's have a look at where they are on the circuit. I don't think I've seen one of these for 6 years plus. So the receiver is L2. Yeah, we do that. Drop the signal a bit. And so is that, but I've no reason to touch it. Right, see what we've got now. 0.36 and a bit. For 10 dB. .29. I'm skirting around the edges. 20 dB. It's the same. Yeah, well, that was a waste of time, but at least we've verified, and that AM detector was out. So there we go. Right, let's fiddle with this squelch. Squelch to full. So we've done power, we've done AM mod, we've done deviation, and we've got squelch, which is here, and we've got auto squelch, which is next to it. So I've got 100 microvolts on the signal generator. Just show you the attenuator. I will have in a moment. There we are, 100 microvolts. I've got the squelch to full. I want it to open, so see whether we can achieve that. We can. Not quite there. Not quite there, the slightest touch. It's there. That's where I want it. So, minimum, what have we got? So turn the squelch down on the radio, set squelch threshold, signal generator back on, we've got 0.3. We'll fill those two figures in. So 100 microvolts, where I want it, 0.3 is great. Let's see if we can get ASQ down to about 2.2, 2.5. So we'll turn the auto squelch on. Oh, it's changed itself, hasn't it? No, it hasn't. That's 1 microvolt. It's now 1.4, which is too little. So they are, of course, they're interactive, and it's gone and altered my auto squelch. There we go. A little bit more. I've got it at 2.5. I want it to be open. It's open. It's coming in at 2.5. Let's recheck full squelch in case they have upset each other. Spot on, everything's done. So I've got that to 2.5. So it's not really auto squelch, it's preset squelch. So I think we've done everything there. We've got full 4 watt output, which surprised me we're going to have it as linear as that. We've done AM mod. We've done FM deviation, which really needed to come up. We've done the frequency. And we've optimised it on channel 1 of CP. We've done channel 40 of CPT. We could likewise have done channel 1 of UK. So I don't need to tell most of you how this works. Channel 1, I'll tell you what, write it on this piece of paper. Channel 1 CEPT is 26965 megs. Channel 40 CPT is 27405. And then you've got UK 1 is 2760125, and UK 40 is 2799125. So we've got these two bands. We've got a gap between 405 and 601. So therefore, if we're wanting to be in the centre of the two bands, if I tune it either on channel 40 of CPT or channel 1 of the UK, that is the centre. So that's what we do. If a customer says we want this to work on UK only, we're not interested in CPT, and most customers will say that to me, we're going to tune it on channel 20 in the centre of the UK band, and that slight improvement in performance can be an advantage to some people. So that's what that's about. So I've got to keep this with me, because when we do the on the air test, I'm going to have to remember how to turn it into a different band. So I want, what was it? I can't even remember what it was now. It was E1. So E1 gives us CPT, AM and FM at 4 watts. All the other ones, it would be 1 watt of AM, because they were the rules in place at the time. Right, I will turn it off and we'll have the fun of putting it together. I'm going to unplug the mic because that's part of the fun of putting it together. Oh. Turn the oscilloscope off, turn the smouldering bat off. Take our screw out of here. Oh, I've got this capacitor to change, haven't I? I certainly have. I'll show you once. So I'll get this out, and I don't know. Let's just zoom in first, and then you can see what I'm on about. I'll turn picture in picture off. We're done with that. Channel camera 1. There we go. You can see absolutely flat, and you can see very slight doming. If I just move the radio around a bit, it isn't flat, and that means the innards has got hot and it's popping out. It's not been enough to rupture it yet, but there you go. I'm not going to bother looking where it is in the circuit. Chances are it's in the audio or it's in power supply, but it needs to come out and be changed. Okay, so let's get that back in this, and this is the new one. And you can see The new one's flat, and the old one is just slightly domed. Do you know what I think? I think someone put this on 24 volts, and there was the blue smoke, and they switched it back off again, or it blew the fuse. Anyway, I've got a capacitor meter here. Not the one I'd like to use. I'd like to. I haven't got an ESR meter on this bench at this moment. Let's just put this on. Probably still works. Well, it's showing it still works. Put the camera back to the correct position. I'll see if we can just show you this. We've now taken it. Where is it? Just there. That's it. So no damage to any tracks. And this is a higher quality. It's a Ruby Nikon, and it's higher temperature rating. Clean the holes out, and it does actually fit in the holes. Just put the camera back to its normal position. Right, put the lids on. And this is just as much fun putting them back. Pulling out the outer tabs, putting the centre thing in, and there we are. There's a neck to it. I'll just check these screws. You don't want these to be slack, or you can have microphony with earthing problems. Put the clipboard on one side. It's getting dark and need to get an on the air test done. Some sets, for most sets, you've got 6mm screws, M3 by 6mm screws in the sides, and then 4mm length screws in the back, but they're all the same on these radios. Of course, they're very small built-in speakers. It's only a 2-inch built-in speaker, so although it's very convenient having that forward-facing speaker and it's usable in quieter vehicles, you're going to be better off with an extension speaker like you would normally anyway. Do the serial number. So it's 71 R0004520. Plug the mic in. Have to take the bag off the mic for the first time because we're going to have to do an on the air test. So it's an ordinary mic, it's not an up down one. That's handy, isn't it? And it's 4-pin, which is even more handy. Right, what we'll now do is we'll take it off the signal generator, put it on the roof area, which is the Antron 99. We need to switch it on. Was it with the up button? Yes. And then we need to go to UK. And then press the down button for 2 seconds. One and a Roger. Go to EU. Back to UK. Scroll on. There we go. So when we get to the 5 mile point on the air test, I'm going to have to faff around putting it into that E1 mode to access AM. So there we have it, Intek M150 from about 10 years ago, and it's very much immaculate. Thanks for watching.